I have a question. In these days and times, it would seem that throughout our lives we would have obtained um, maybe a small core of devoted, loyal friends and family members. In that we would have someone that we can relate to, that we can talk to, share our secret thoughts with, and even assist us in various aspects of our lives. But is that really true? I know many, many years ago when I was younger, 70s and the 80s more specifically, things were really a bit much different than it is today in terms of, I guess, for lack of a better word or expression, camaraderie and friendship and loyalty. Because people seem to be closer back then. Neighbors were as if they were your own family, extended family, as it were. When we were children, our neighbors looked out for us when we walked to and from school, got on the school bus, and walked to the store and on the playground. They looked out for us as if we were their children. And it was reciprocated. It was throughout the whole entire neighborhood and community for that matter. Those days have long since been gone and they don't exist anymore. Not unless it is some sort of maybe gated community where mostly everyone knows each other. But by and large, you don't see that anymore. It seems today, and I say seems, and I'm being a little slack in that expression, but what I have observed today, over the past 20 years at least, is the opposite. Everyone's out for themselves, it seems. You've heard the expression, I'm sure, a dog eat dog world. More prevalent today than ever before. What can I get with the least amount of effort? Who can I get it from? What can I get free from this individual or that individual? No one seems to care about their neighbors anymore. Now, there's a small percentage of us that are still of that mindset, but I believe that the great majority of us, what I'm really getting at is this question here. Do you have any close family members that you have a bond with that relate to you? No pun intended when I say relate. Or do you have, or and do you have friends as well that are very close to you and that are loyal? There is such thing as disloyalty, to have someone that's not loyal to you at all. Loyal in what way, you might ask? I think I pretty much stated and or alluded to it earlier. Loyalty is when you trust someone to be a friend, even family, to be a confidant, to be someone that is there for you physically sometimes, and especially emotionally, and someone that you can trust to even keep your innermost secrets if you needed them to. Family and friends, for that matter. If you needed some help financially and they were in the position to aid you, that's loyalty or trust. And the same thing should be reciprocated. It should never be one sided where you only rely on someone else to aid you and you can't return that in kind. On some level, everyone is not exactly the same. So, is there someone that when the crap hits the fan, as they say, would that family member be there for you to back you up to the very end? And would that friend be there to do the same? Do you have a friend that has your back? Does your family have your back? Or does situations dictate whether or not they have your back or how far they would actually go? Do you have a family member that would take a knife for you or a bullet just simply out of love? Do you have a family or a friend that would go to jail for you? Of course, for the right reason, justifiable reasons. Do you have a family friend that will stand up and speak for you if you needed them to? Do you have anyone in your family or a close friend that would toe the line with you? That would stand side by side no matter what comes, no matter what storms or tumultuous situations would arise in your life? Do you have someone like that in your life? If you can, leave in the comment section below someone that turned on you, who you thought was faithful to you or loyal. Please let us know. I'm sure that most of the people watching this that are curious about it will like to hear it. If you want to share your story, that is. I have had people before in time past that are only as loyal as their options. You might want to write that one on your thumb, because there are some people, even many people, that are only as loyal as their choices, their options. There are some people who pretend that they're down for you, that they'll be right beside you, and that they'll be there in any catastrophe, any situation that you required their aid. And once the trouble comes, they are nowhere to be found. Have you ever been in a situation like that? Have you ever had a so-called friend or a so-called family member that left you high and dry, that turned their back on you when you needed them the most? I know it can be painful if you have experienced this. I've been there. Someone who's supposed to love you, and they turned their back on you. I've been there. I know what I'm talking about. It's not the most pleasant thought to entertain when you have a family member that you know is supposed to be blood turn on you when you've done nothing wrong to them at all. I could stay a little bit longer, and I really want to, but I'm not in a position right now to go any further because of my time constraints. So I'm going to close it at this right now and ask you to share your story with me and with us that are watching here. Is loyalty dead and gone? Is it a quality of yesteryears? Or are there still people that are still loyal to one another, and family and friends that are loyal as well? I would like to know. We would like to know. Be blessed. Enjoy your day or your evening. This is Brother Teacher. I will see you next time. So long.